How will the problems and the issues with the ongoing regime there will strain relations with the U.S. and with Russia, given that North Korea is a close friend of Russia?
Well, it may be the North Koreans may be comparing our president to a barking dog, but I think most Americans and I think people around the world are happy to hear that the United States has a president who's a bulldog now rather than a poodle. And so he's making his points. We're getting tough. We have not had direct military action. I think that the fact that the president has brought in the banks really that's the last step before you actually commit some type of military action. People should know that. And the banks, bringing the banks in does show that he is serious about this. And however, I would suggest that the North Koreans don't seem to be responding to economic sanctions. If they send up another missile in the meantime, a missile headed anywhere over Japan or toward the United States, we should shoot it down. And if they launch another rocket, we should basically use cyber warfare and shut down the entire country. However, we shouldn't be sending in more troops to South Korea. That wouldn't solve anything.
What sense do you have here of the degree to which the administration shares your views on what comes next? We have here another round of sanctions. We've seen those ratcheted up here over these last few weeks and few months by the U.S. and multilaterally with the UN as well. Do you feel like the administration and you are on the same page when it comes to what might happen next if these don't work?
I think so, because what we've seen is a president who's being very responsible. He is ratcheting up, as you said, the economic sanctions. He's making sure the Chinese are going to feel those sanctions. And this announcement about the Chinese willing to help us with in terms of bringing the banks under control or doing economic activity in North Korea, that's a big victory for trying to solve this in a peaceful manner. But the North Koreans are a militaristic regime. They are a monstrous oppressor of their own people. So they don't really care about whether or not their people are economically suffering. And I think it's going to take us to shoot down one of their rockets. And again, perhaps we can immobilize their whole country with a cyber attack before they actually will try to pay attention.